So Milos, welcome to the IPTL. You're a new recruit, obviously, this year. Is there something that you saw about last year that you thought you just wanted to be part of this competition?
Well, for me, the sports I enjoy, or tend to enjoy watching the most, are team sports. So having that kind of atmosphere here, players and coaches and former players, women's players, men's players on the bench while you play, I think that sort of adds a special energy and a unique vibe that I haven't had a chance to be a part of yet that I'd love to experience.
I mean, did you see any of, or even any of the players that were part of it last year? Have they told you what kind of experience it was?
Yeah, everybody had a great time with it, and I think the thing I enjoyed the most was that everybody talked about was how competitive it was. I think that's what I'm looking to thrive in the most. I've missed a lot of matches this year, so I want to use this as much as I can to really get a lot of good play under my belt.
And I guess you mentioned about the team sport. Obviously, Davis Cup was kind of big experience for you, and Canada, obviously. I mean, is it that kind of element of the sport as well that you're kind of looking forward to?
Yeah, I think so. But I think there's also a little bit more of a North American maybe banter that can be a part of it because the players are on the court with you. It's not like you're there in your own world. Yes, you're competing in a Davis Cup status, but everybody's behind the court. This way, all the players are there together, and I think it adds some kind of element, and the games are quicker, so therefore I think it demands that kind of intensity right away, and even though you might sit one or two games, you got to be ready to go at any moment, so I think it's going to have a great energy to it.
And do you think, as well as it being very different to being on tour and it's just your career, we'll see like maybe another side of you that you'll be able to sort of express yourself a little bit more?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's going to be some kind of discussions on the court while you're sitting with the team. Maybe not as much while you're playing. I'm sure there'll be interactions between benches as well. Some kind of stuff you really get to enjoy watching some of my favorite sports, and it's good to have that in the tennis world as well as a definitely some kind of a change-up.
What's your bringing into the
Me? Okay. Is there anyone that you've sort of been looking forward to get to know a bit better or to even play with, maybe on the women or the legends sort of side of things?
I think the legend side. A lot of the players here, especially me being new to a tour, are players that have either, maybe they don't spend that much time on tour now, or players that stopped playing before I stopped and started my career. And I think that's exciting. Murat here, Goran I see a lot on tour, but then Moya here, Fabrice here. You have a lot of great players, former world #1s and so on, that you get to share some stories with outside of the match time, and also getting to hear from them, to hear from Mark on my team during the matches. I think that's going to be a great thing.
And what about the travelling? Obviously, it's 5 cities in 3 weeks. I mean, it's quite an experience in itself, that.
5 cities in 3 weeks. 5 cities I've never played in, so I think that's pretty special. But at the same time, it's managed in a way where we can be productive and we can be very competitive within that time frame.
And Manila themselves, I mean, they were, it was amazing. I mean, it started there last year, but they were just so amazed to have all these tennis players there. I mean, that's obviously your team. So is that something that you're kind of looking forward to as well? That's a very different experience.
Yeah, of course. I think that bond is going to build through with the team, but then being there representing the home team, that's going to be something very special. We have that in Davis Cup in a way, but we could be playing away. Sometimes you don't play for a whole year home, but knowing you go there, these set days, people coming to watch. I've heard great things about the atmosphere there. People are very loud, filled up the stadium. So I'm very excited for that experience, and also that chance to play in front of that crowd.
And what are your dance moves like? Because dancing is quite a sort of major part of celebrating winning matches on this tour.
Oof, that's going to need some work. Maybe I'll have to look to the NFLs for some touchdown inspirations.
Okay, well, enjoy the experience.
Thank you.